Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing here? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the new FIFA 22 Volta football features. That's right. Now, I don't know how much people are going to be interested in Volta this year, because compared to FIFA 21, it seems like that not a lot of people were interested in playing the new Volta game mode that EA have added. But based off what I saw in the new FIFA 22 Volta reveal, that actually kind of caught my eye, especially with the new game modes that EA implemented into this new type of game mode. So that's what I want to cover here in this video, because actually FIFA Volta this year, in my opinion, could be a nice little vibe, compared to FIFA 21 Volta. I think that FIFA 22 Volta is going to be a big major upgrade. So without further ado, I thought I would tell you people about the new game modes that EA have implemented into Volta football for this upcoming FIFA 22, and let me know in the comment section below, will you people be playing Volta at all or no? So one of the new features that EA is going to add this year to FIFA 22 Volta is going to be the new skill meter. That's right. So this is the type of statement that EA have released. We want to make Volta football feel and play differently to any of the other modes in FIFA. For FIFA 22, we prioritize playing with flair and rewarding players for taking each other on with skill moves, fancy passes, and wall passes. We wanted to make sure that playing with that flair just isn't just possible, but that it is the main way to play Volta football. This led to the creation of the new skill meter system. And the way how the skill meter system works here is that you can earn anywhere from 100 points to 1,000 points. That's right. So it's going to be a maximum of 1,000 points. And the way how this is divided is that, say for example, that you make a fancy pass, it's going to fill up your skill meter bar by 100. For a successful wall pass, you're going to be awarded 200 points, and by beating an opponent using a skill move, it's going to be 300 points. As for nutmegging your opponent, it's going to be 800 points, and for dispossessing the other team of the ball, it's going to award you 100 points. That's right. And another thing about the skill meter is that it's broken down into 3 sections, and each one is going to take 1k points to fill. It is important to note that at the time of this article being published, the points are not necessarily final, and this may change before or after FIFA 22 launches. So for number 1, it says here that when the first section is filled, the goal multiplier is going to be x2, meaning that the next goal is going to count as 2 goals instead of 1. As for the second one, it's going to count as 3 goals, and as for the third one, it's going to count as 4 goals, meaning that it's going to count as 4 goals instead of 1, if you scored a third goal. The addition of high value goals is intended to bring additional excitement to every match. You can be down by 3 goals in the last seconds of the game and still come back to win with a last second goal you've built up by skilling around your opponents. So this is actually pretty interesting here, because it seems like now that EA are going to be rewarding you just for being able to do the skill moves and all that stuff. So say you're down 3-0, you can still win the game, technically draw 3-3, and maybe win 4-3, I'm assuming, after extra time. As for the signature abilities, the skill meter isn't all that's new and exciting for Volta football game. They're also going to be delivering a new mechanic called the signature abilities. That's right. And it has 2 main purposes: to ratchet up the excitement and tension of the gameplay, and to give you more agency and control over how you influence the game. Signature abilities are brand new, easy to use, game-changing abilities for you to trigger during a match. Whether you want to slam home thundering shots from anywhere on the pitch, blow past opponents with lightning pace, or rattle bones with crunching tackles, signature abilities is there to help. So the way how this works is that when you create your avatar, you'll get to select one of the 3 unique signature abilities. You can also change your signature ability at any time from the player role screen. At the beginning of a game, your signature ability will be on cooldown. However, as the game progresses over time, you'll see your signature ability meter located at the bottom of the screen fill up slowly, with each ability of having a different cooldown timer. When your signature ability meter is full, it will glow and pulse, and you'll see a prompt on the screen to tap RB or R1 to activate your chosen signature ability. Once pressed, your signature ability will be active for a short duration, so you want to make the most of it while you can. After a short period, your signature ability will end and go back into cooldown, and you'll have to wait for the signature ability meter to fill up again before you can reuse it. Now, the 3 signature abilities are divided into 3. So the first one is the power strike. That's right, because it says here that let thundering shots fly. It says here that when activated, your shot power attribute will gain a 50% boost and can exceed the usual 99 attribute cap. These shots are so strong they'll knock over and stumble defenders and goalkeepers standing in their way, giving you and your teammates an opportunity to follow up with an open shot at goal if you don't score at the first try. This ability has a 30-second duration and an 80-second cooldown, so it kind of reminds me of that speed boost ability in Rocket League. And then the second one is going to be based on pure pace. That's right, because it says here that moving like the wind, when activated, your max speed and acceleration attributes gain huge boosts and can exceed the usual 99 attribute cap. As a great all-around ability, you can use pure pace to blow past past opponents on counterattacks to hustle back on defense to stop a fast break, and more. This ability has a 15-second duration and a 70-second cooldown. And the third one is the aggressive tackle. So it says here that you can unleash devastating shoulder barges and slide tackles. When activated, you can knock your opponents to the ground with huge shoulder charges and slick slide tackles, all without getting called for the foul. Triggerable in attack and defense, you can use your aggressive tackle to take out defenders and create space for your teammates on the attack, or to take out opposing attackers and win back possession on defense. This ability has a 45-second duration and a 90-second cooldown. Now, the next category that we are going to be talking about and covering is the fundamental improvements. That's right, because it says here that we knew there was no point in incentivizing taking people on if we didn't improve your chances of it being successful, so we made improvements to the defender avoidance logic. This allows you to perform skill moves without running into or being slowed down by the defender. We all know wall passing had huge potential, but the walls were too punishing to use consistently. This year, our team made the walls more forgiving, giving you another way to get the pass through the opposition wall past scorpion kick. Oh my. So it seems like that, based off what I read here, that EA wants to make it easier for people to be able to perform skill moves against defenders. Next one is divided into fair and playfulness, because it says here that, are you a seasoned FIFA skiller? If so, I am super impressed, and I'm probably already following you on Twitch and on Twitter and Insta. And there's still amazing ways for you to show off in Volta football, but the rest of us want to look cool too. The simple skill moves mechanic, which allows players to perform context appropriate skill moves by holding L1 or LB, has been improved to now evaluate all skill moves at the next ball touch to pick a skill move closest to the LS direction. This increases the variety of the skill moves available to the simple skill moves mechanic, as well as it increases its effectiveness at beating defenders. We also added several skill moves from standing as well, including the podium, ball stand, fake shoe tie, and the crazy bull rolls. Simply press LB or L1 to look and feel good. New flicks were added from standing, which you can do by pressing in the right stick plus a direction while standing still. And now we're going to cover these celebrations, because they've added this new thing called the two-player celebrations, which means that last year we saw players running towards each other to celebrate after they scored, but instead of doing something together, they just awkwardly circled around each other until the celebration timer expired. So we took that behavior and built a feature around it. Now after scoring, you can celebrate with your teammates simply by running towards them, and depending on the angle, you'll trigger a bunch of two-player celebrations, including hugs, high fives, leapfrogs, and more. And the next thing that we're going to be talking about is avatar stats, because under the category of avatar stats, it says here that we wanted to make sure that when it comes to Volta football, it's fun right away. So one of the first things that you'll notice is that your avatar starts at an 82 overall and has 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot, so there's no ramp up time to feeling great on the pitch. You can still get to your avatar to 96 overall by using skill points you earn for every match you play. We limited player growth to 96 rather than 99 to ensure no single player can be great at everything. We want you to rely on your teammates while feeling sharp on the ball, and having 5-star skill moves is mandatory for all roles to have fun in Volta football. We wanted to make sure that each player could feel the difference between each build path: shooting, playmaking, and physical play. So one of the reasons why I think EA have added this is to just increase more teamwork play and just really emphasize on playing together as a team, especially like in Volta football or something. You know, that's why I think they did it. Next thing we'll be talking about is the skill tree. While we haven't made any fundamental changes to the Volta football skill tree system, we still have retuned the skill tree itself and to give you more meaningful choices about what role you want to play on the pitch. Additionally, we've cleaned it up, reduced redundancies, and made sure every single upgrade on the skill tree feels impactful. Gone are the insignificant attribute gains and the confusing titles. Instead, every upgrade will give you a noticeable +5 to +12 attribute boost. So this is going to be divided into 3 branches. The first one is the attacking tree, which will make you an ace at putting the ball in the back of the net, but you'll be a bit more reliant on your friends to win the ball back and make a play. The middle branch is for moving the ball around and making plays with dribbling and passing attribute boosts. The third one is about the physical and defensive play. Laugh as people try to push you off the ball. Use your muscle to win it back for your team. And as before, it's quick and painless to reset your skill tree and redistribute your skill points if you want to change roles. We've also increased the starting and maximum number of skill points. You'll start with 25 skill points and earn 1 new skill for every Volta squads or Volta battles match you play, up to a cap of 120. This gives you enough skill points in total to completely max out one of the 3 branches and leave a bit of extra room to dabble in the other branches as well. Next up, we will be covering Volta Arcade, because it says here that Volta Arcade brings you a whole new way to play FIFA online with friends. It's a weekend-only free-for-all lighthearted bash where you and up to 3 other players can complete a series of all new party games, including foot tennis, dodgeball, and more. So this right here kind of gives me a bit of a Rocket League vibe. So the way how this is going to work is that you can party with 3 additional players, including friends and or players from the Volta football community. Play a tournament consisting of 4 randomly selected 2v2 and free-for-all party games. You can also earn points based off of your performance in each party game, and in order to win the tournament, you simply simply need to score the most points across all 4 party games. And then you can also earn Volta coins and Volta Season XP for participating. So at launch, there's going to be a total of 8 available party games, but as for post-launch, there's probably going to be more based off of what EA is saying here. So the first one is going to be Dodgeball, where you pair up in teams of 2 and dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge your way to victory. Earn points for drilling your friends and foes with footballs. The first team to score 15 points wins. So in a way here, I really like the Dodgeball game mode just because, you know, personally me, I've always enjoyed playing Dodgeball. I always found it to be pretty fun to play, so I kind of like how they're going to be adding Dodgeball to the Volta game mode here. Next up is going to be Foot Tennis. Volley, lob, and smash the ball back and forth with style in this 2v2 game mode. Test your accuracy and trick your opponents with fancy lobs, or set up your teammates up for a surprise header. Just don't let the ball hit the ground twice or you'll lose the point. The first team to score 10 points will win this party game. So in a way, this kind of brings back the Nintendo Wii Sports memories I used to play if you ever had a Nintendo Wii before. So the next up they have is Disco Lava. Dribble over white tiles on the floor to claim them and score points. Every player starts in the middle of a square pitch. White tiles will appear on the pitch. Players have to race to step on them and claim them as their own. Whoever has claimed the most tiles when time expires wins. Next up is the quick strike here, where it says here that you want to score as quickly as you can on the highlighted goals. Every player stands in the middle of a ring of goals, and after a few moments 1 to 4 goals will light up. Score in one of these goals as quickly as you can to earn as many points as possible. The player with the most points at the end of the 8th round wins. Next up is the wall ball elimination. Remember playing wall ball on the school playground? Welcome to wall ball elimination. On your turn indicated by a circular turn timer appearing under your feet, kick the ball out of the wall as quickly as you can to stave off elimination. If your underfoot turn timer expires, you're out. Points are scored based off of the order of elimination. The player with the most points after 3 rounds wins. And next up they have Team Keep Away. Keep possession, beat your opponents with skill moves, and collect trophies to gain points for your team and take over the pitch in the game of 2v2 Keep Away. Take over the entire pitch or the majority of the pitch when time expires to win each round. The best of 3 rounds wins. Next up is Target Gallery. Hit as many moving targets as you can to earn points. There are 3 types of targets with 3 different values: rings, fewest points; large player cutouts; and golden single player cutouts, most points. Score as many points as you can before time expires to win. Then we've got the Corner Scramble, where basically it's about you fighting for loose balls and deposit them into your corner goal to score points. Each round 1 to 4 balls will spawn in the middle of the pitch. Race to collect those balls and score as many as you can in your assigned goal. The player who has collected the most balls when time expires wins. Now the next thing that we are going to be covering is the Volta Squads, which is going to be with a host of improvements and updates. You will experience a new streamlined way to connect and play online with up to 3 friends, or simply have other Volta football players drop into your lobby for a 4v4 play. We did this to keep the focus of playing Volta football online with and against other people. Now the first one is the online focused 4v4. Play 4v4 small-sided football with up to 3 friends, or drop in and join other members of the Volta football community. We removed the in-game positions to enable more free-flowing football. We wanted players to be able to attack and defend when the situation calls for it, instead of feeling forced into specific positions or roles for the duration of the match. The stadium is now randomly selected from a pool of stadiums that will update each season. Each stadium can have walls or no walls to create variety in gameplay. The new lobby functions not just as a starting point for matchmaking, but also as a hangout spot for you and your friends. Invite your friends to your lobby and watch them change their signature ability or update their in-look real time as they browse into the store for the latest outfits. Here are the changes we've made to the lobby experience. First one is the Friends widget. Quickly access your friends list to invite them to your lobby. Played a match recently with a drop-in teammate yet you're not friends with? Just tab over to recent teammates to send them a friend request. Anybody in the party can invite a friend, so the host doesn't need to have a full group to get started. Next up, in terms of changing game modes, it says here that keep your lobby together as you easily switch modes between Volta Squads and Volta Arcade, without the need to disband and resend invites. Player cards now show each player's equipped signature ability so that the team can make tactical changes before the next game. Player cards also show additional statuses in lobby, like whether a player is customizing or shopping. And it also has a objective tracker where it says take a quick glance at the objectives tracker to view your next weekly objectives before your next match. Next thing we're going to get into is Volta Seasons, because it's a new approach to releasing content throughout Volta Football 22. Seasons will update on an approximately 6-week cadence and feature a new wealth of content, including seasonal gameplay environments, clothing collections, and progression unlocks, weekly objectives, and Volta Seasons lobby environment. Each season you will have the opportunity to unlock new content throughout regular play in Volta Football. By playing matches and completing weekly objectives, you will gain seasonal XP that allows you to level up in the season and unlock unique seasonal content that can only be earned through XP rewards. A huge chunk of the Volta coins you earn will be through the seasonal XP unlocks, so make sure to finish your objectives. Volta Football will feature brand new outfits for you to customize your avatar with. Now, Season 1 will feature content from Adidas, PSG X, Jordan, kill a villa, as well as future-themed items designed by our internal creative teams. Volta Football brings you the not-so-distant future with its City X environment. City X features a 5v5 pitch set against a futuristic cityscape, plus the cameras are little flying drones. And next up here, EA have released a list of the features that they have removed for Volta Football 22. One thing they removed is the recruiting players option, because it says here that we really want to focus the experience this year between you and your avatar. As well as playing with your friends, we want the experience to be about self-expression and bonding with other gamers through exciting gameplay. While recruiting players, icons, and celebrities provided some interest, we saw that the motivation was conflicting, and with the core experience we were creating, it took the focus away from developing and customizing your avatar and playing with friends. And the other thing that EA have removed is also chemistry, because it says here that, as mentioned above, they want to focus more on you and your friends and less on individual squad building. The chemistry system was directly linked to this individual squad building. It required you to recruit new players with the right home turfs, the right preferred formations, and the right positions, and to arrange them appropriately on the pitch. With less of a focus on the squad and more of a focus on you, the chemistry system no longer makes sense for Volta Football. Plus, without being able to recruit, you don't really have the tools necessary to optimize chemistry in a way that will provide real benefit to you as a player. And for the second reason, EA said that they realized that in online and cooperative play, positions and home fields and preferred formations just aren't that interesting. One of the unique things about Volta Football is how fluid and free-flowing gameplay is. You continuously shift between positions and your team's formation adapts and adjusts throughout the game. So giving you advantages or disadvantages based on positions and preferred formations no longer made sense for our experience. So that's why they removed it. That's why they said it here. So let me know, what do you people think about this as well? Next up, we're going to cover single player story mode, because it says here that with our focus on an online social centric experience for you and your friends, we made the choice to move away from a single player story. So if you're looking for a fast paced, exciting, online focused gameplay experience to play with your friends, Volta Football is the place for you. But the question right now here is that I wonder how many people this is going to develop interest and how many people are going to be drawn to Volta Football 22, because I can definitely imagine that maybe more people are going to be interested in Volta Football this year compared to last year. Next up, it says here that a common theme with this year's experience is we're focused on you playing with and against other humans. Be nice to each other and make new friends online. Everyone in Volta Football is there to have fun. We're still early in the development to this new game mode, so we're looking to build a positive, vibrant, and diverse community. Treat people with respect, dignity, and occasionally rip them apart with skill moves, all in good fun. If you're looking for a space to play by yourself, we still have Volta Battles, a great place to practice your skills and play on your own terms while still earning XP and Volta coins. And that's pretty much the end of this news article here, so let me know what you people think about this in the comment section below. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.